Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm thinking is part one in a big part series where prior to the election I went over a deep dive series into the states leading into the election and how I thought they were going to go. This is going to be video one in a series where I go over every single state from the 2024 presidential election and look at the results of the state, see how they voted compared to the 2020 election, and at the end of the video I'll also take a look back at my prediction going into the election to see how I did, if I got close or if I was way off, and what could have happened. So with that said, the first video I'm going to do in this series is going to be the state of Maine. And I'm doing Maine for actually a pretty simple reason, which is in my deep dive series for the 2024 presidential election, I started in the Northwest with the state of Washington and worked my way all the way across the country with my last state being the state of Maine in the Northeast. So now to start the series, I'm starting with Maine and I'll be finishing with Washington. So ending where I began is what I'm planning to do with this series. So first things first, the state of Maine in the 2024 presidential election voted for Kamala Harris 52% to Donald Trump's 45%. Maine also allocates its electoral votes using congressional districts as well. So Kamala Harris got 2 electoral votes for the state at large. Maine's first congressional district went to Kamala Harris, and Maine's second congressional district went for Donald Trump. So Donald Trump did get one of Maine's 4 electoral votes. So with that said, I'm now going to look at the statewide county results from the 2024 election in the state of Maine, while at the same time, I'm going to have the 2020 results for the state of Maine pulled up as well, so I can cross-compare them to the 2 elections. Starting in 2024, I'm going to start here in York County. York County, which is right on the border of New Hampshire, York County, one of the largest counties in the state of Maine, had Kamala Harris winning 54% to Trump's 44%. Harris had about 71,813 votes. Trump had about 58,054. Let me see if it has county statistics on this. I don't believe it does. It does not. Okay, so this is not going to work the same way as some of the House races, but that's all right. York County, actually, I believe I can pull up. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up the statistics for county population. So here I have on the website Maine/demographics.com counties by population. Maine, the largest county in Maine is Cumberland County. York County, which I'm looking at, is the second largest population with about 218,586 people. In the 2024 presidential election, York County got about 71,813 votes to Donald Trump's 58,054. And using quick math here, that's going to be about a 13,800 vote win for Harris over Trump, or for Harris over Trump. So Harris won this county by about 13,000, almost 14,000 votes. So let's just round up and say Harris won here by about 14,000. Let's take a look back at 2020. Joe Biden won this county 54.9% to 42.3%. And Joe Biden defeated Donald Trump, getting 71,189 votes to Trump's 54,817. And doing quick math here, going from 71,000 to 54,000, that's about what? 17,000 or so votes in York County. So Donald Trump, based on the margin of victory that Biden got over Trump in 2020 and Harris got over Trump in 2024, Trump actually outperformed his vote totals in York County in the margin of victory by about 3,000 to 4,000 votes. Where again, it was looking like about 17,000 votes in 2020. In 2024, it was about a little under 14,000 votes. So Trump improved his numbers in York County by about 13,000 or by about 3,000 votes or so out of York. And looking at the very detailed map in 2024, parts of York County down here are the areas like Elliott, Kittery, York, Algonquin, Wells. These areas there are not too far from the New Hampshire border, where a lot of people do live close to the border. Again, York, Wells, Algonquin. We also have Kennebunk. We have Arundel, Kennebunkport, and leading up all the way to Bedford and moving into Portland and this county moving up here, which is, I believe, Cumberland County. So very, very interesting. This is the detailed map. Looking just at some cities, for instance, York was 6335, and looking back at 2020, York was about 63.3 to 34.7. So it's interesting. I'm not going to go over every single town in these counties. I just want to show you a few examples because that would take a very, very long time. But You see South Berwick in 2020, Elliott, Kittery, York, let's see, Wells, Ogunquit. Want to see Ogunquit really quick. I think that'll be an interesting one to look at. Here we go. 69.1, 29.4. Very interesting results. And then in 2024, some interesting findings as well. So this is just a little bit of a look at these areas in 2024. Okay, so that's what we looked at now for York County. Now we're going to look at the largest county in the state last time I checked. Correct, Cumberland County. 310,230 people live in this area. Cumberland County voted in 2024 67% to 31% for Kamala Harris over Donald Trump. 133,281 votes to Trump 60,950. And if you want to get really technical here, that's going to be, let's see, about 60 to 120 would be about 60,000 votes and an additional 13. So that would be about a little over 73,000 votes Kamala Harris defeated Donald Trump by in this county. So about 133,000 vote difference in Cumberland County. So that's in 2024, 133,000. Let's look at 2020. Here, it was 66.5 to 30.8%, 128,000 to 759 to 59,584. This one, if you went up to, say, plus 100,000, it would be 159,000, down to 28, be minus 30. That would be about 130,000. So again, not too much of a difference actually between 2020 and 2024 in this one. It's close to being around 130,000. And I do have my phone out with me right here, so I can actually get you the exact numbers here. Instead of trying to do it in my head, I'd rather just do the math out so I can get you an exact number for what it is to be as accurate as possible. That's about a difference of 69,175 votes in 2020. 69,175. Okay, now we'll do it for 2024. Again, remember the 69,000 number, where in 2024 is 133,281 minus 60,950. It's about 72,331. So Kamala Harris actually improved her numbers in Cumberland County by about 3,000 votes, which is very, very fascinating. And this is where the largest city in Maine, which is Portland, is from. The capital of Maine is Augusta, but the largest city, I believe, is Portland. And this is a very, very interesting one where Harris was able to net 3,000 votes in the area of Cumberland County. Looking at the city of Portland itself in 2024, Portland voted 81-16 for Harris over Trump, 36,978 votes to 7,116. If you round up to 37,000, that would be about a 30,000 vote win for Harris over Trump just in the city of Portland alone. When again, looking at the vote-wide or statewide totals for the state of Maine, where Kamala Harris got 435,351 votes, and Donald Trump got 377,825 votes, Harris defeated Trump statewide by about 57,526 votes of the total 830,989 votes cast. So a 57,500 vote lead or win for Harris over Trump is interesting when 30,000 of those votes alone came out of the city of Portland. So that's very, very fascinating. And if we're to look at this city of Bangor, where Harris defeated Trump by about 3,000 votes, adding to that total, that would be about 33,000 of the 57,000 vote win. So that's very, very fascinating and shows how much strength Portland and the rest of Cumberland County has over the rest of the state of Maine in terms of vote totals. Because if you look at it, again, the vote total in Cumberland County, when you look at the margins of that 73,000 votes, that is enough. That's where the victory comes in statewide. Only 57,000 votes separated Harris and Trump statewide, and 73,000 of them came out of Cumberland County. So Cumberland County was the winner for Harris statewide. York County, the margins of victory here, let me get the numbers for you, 71,813 minus Trump's 58,054, that was only 13,759 votes. So while Kamala Harris did win in York County, Portland and Cumberland County was what ultimately gave Harris the win over Trump. And I would bet, looking back at 2020, it'd be a very similar find, where this race was about a, 70,000 or so win for Biden over Trump, and similar numbers matched up with Cumberland County in 2020. So that's very, very fascinating. So that is York County and Cumberland County, the two largest counties in the state of Maine, Cumberland and York. Now we're going to look at Penobscot County. This has a population of about 155,312. Now we're going to find Penobscot County on the map. I believe it's over here somewhere. Yes, it is, right here. Penobscot County, this is where the city of Bangor, Maine resides. And in 2024, it voted for Donald Trump by 10%, 47,426, to Harris's 37,945. So about 9,500 votes, 9,500 margin of victory for Trump over Harris in Penobscot County. And while looking at this area, let's also take a look back at what it was in 2020. So again, Trump won here by about 9,500 votes. Back in 2020, Penobscot County, Trump won 52.6 to 44.2%. So this was about a 8.4% victory for Donald Trump in 2020. And he won this county by about 7,000 votes. So Trump actually gained about 2,000 to 2,500, 2,500 votes out of Penobscot County going from 2020 to 2024. Obviously, in Cumberland County, Kamala Harris netted, I believe, about a few thousand votes in Cumberland County. This county, Penobscot County, actually might have negated that. So the rest of the votes statewide, that was enough to help Harris win statewide. And as I mentioned, Penobscot County is going to have areas like Bangor, Maine, and its surrounding towns like Old Town, Milford, Orano, Hampton, Bucksport, Holden, and all the surrounding towns, smaller towns that make up the greater Penobscot area. So that's that county. The fourth largest county in the state of Maine is Kennebec County, where there's a population of 127,259. We're now going to take a look at that one. Oops, that is the center map. Kennebec County in 2024, Donald Trump actually defeated Kamala Harris here, 36,589 to Harris's 34,585. 50% to 47%. Trump defeated Kamala Harris in Kennebec County by about 2,004 votes. So very, very close in the fourth largest county in the state, but Trump did win here by about 2,004 votes. Taking a look back in 2020, Kennebec County actually voted for Joe Biden 48.6% to Trump's 48.3%. A win for Biden of 34,902 to Trump's 34,721. So this is about a 180 vote win for Joe Biden over Donald Trump, whereas in 2024, it was about a 2,004 vote win for Trump over Harris. So this is a county that certainly trended Republican as well. So that is Kennebec County, fourth largest in the state. You can see in the population how important Cumberland and York counties are when their populations combined are going to be about 528,000 people. Penobscot, Kennebec, and Androscoggin combined don't reach that number. So that shows the importance of Cumberland and York County, and them both being big Democratic vote areas, a 10-point win for Harris, and Cumberland County a 36-point win for Harris, kind of overshadowing the rest of the Republican votes statewide, which does actually show the importance of the splitting of the electoral votes by congressional district that Maine does do. So now we're going to look at county number 5, Androscoggin County. This is the fifth largest county in the state, 113,765 people. Androscoggin County, right next door to Kennebec County. Trump won this county 52% to 46%, a margin of victory of about 3,600 votes, 30,605 to 27,019. This would be about 3,600 or so votes for Trump over Harris, a 6% win. Looking at 2020, Androscoggin was 49.9 to 47 in favor of Trump, 29,000 to 268 to 27,617. So what is this? About 1,600 votes, a 1,600 vote win for Donald Trump over Joe Biden in Androscoggin County back in 2020. 1,600 votes. 2024, Androscoggin County, about 3,600 votes. So Trump's victory totals there actually over doubled in Androscoggin County. Now we're going to take a look at number 6, which is Aroostook County. I'm definitely going to be pronouncing this one wrong. So if I do have anyone from Maine watching this video, please correct me if I'm getting any of these county names wrong. I would greatly appreciate that. Aroostook County, 67,351 people. Let's find it. Aroostook. Let's see. Here it is. Top of Maine, 62% to 36%. Trump got 22,246 votes. Kamala Harris got 12,900 votes. Trump won here by a little under 10,000 votes, about 9,700, I think it ends up looking like. No, that may not be correct. It might be about 9,200 or so votes out of Aroostook County, just below, or just above 9,000, just below 10,000. Trump won here in Aroostook County. Looking at 2020, this county was 59-39 for Trump over Biden. Trump got 21,080 votes to Biden's 13,956. If you round up to 14,000 for Biden, that's about a little over a 7,000 vote win. So 7,000 vote gain for Trump in 2020. 2024, about a 10,000 vote, just shy of that in 2024. So Trump gaining about 2,500 to 3,000 votes going from 2020 to 2024 from Aroostook County. Now we're going to look at number 7, Oxford County, about 59,905 people. Let's see, Oxford. Yes, Oxford County. Just want to make sure I get that correct. Oxford County right here on the border of New Hampshire. Trump got 56% to 43%, 19,228. Kamala Harris, 14,765. So taking it to 19,765, that would go up about 5,000 votes. So Donald Trump won Oxford County by about 4,300 to 4,500 votes or so out of Oxford County in 2024. So let's just say 4,500 votes. Looking at 2020, Donald Trump won here 17,698. So let's say we round up to 17,700. And Biden got 14,755. So Trump won here by a little under 2,000 votes. Whereas again, in 2024, Donald Trump won this county by about 4,500 votes. So Trump did improve his numbers in Oxford County as well. Now we'll take a look at Hancock County, 8th largest county in the state, 56,526 people. Hancock County right here, Kamala Harris got 55% to Trump's 43%, 19,817 to 15,549. Quick math here, this is going to be about 4,300 votes that Kamala Harris defeated Donald Trump by in 2024, about 4,300 vote net win for Harris over Trump. In 2020, Hancock was 54.8 to 42.4, 19,369 to Trump's 14,982. Doing net math on this one, this would be about 4,600 votes or so. So the vote totals are actually pretty much exactly aligned in 2024 and in 2020 out of Hancock County. Now we're going to take a look at Somerset County. Let's see, Somerset County. I think it's going to be, no, it's not one. Here it is, Somerset County. Trump got 17,826 votes to Harris's 10,134, about a 7,700 vote win for Donald Trump over Harris in 2024. So 7,700 votes. In 2020, Somerset County went 60.4 to 37%, 16,644 votes for Trump to Biden's 10,199. That would be about, let's see, 6,200 votes for Trump over Biden. So 6,200 in 2020. Somerset ended up being about 7,700. Trump outperformed here by about, 1,500 votes or so out of Somerset County. So Trump improved in this area as well. Next, we're going to go to Knox County. This is county number 10 in the state of Maine. Knox County, I believe I just saw this one not too long ago. Yes, here it is. Knox County right here on the Gulf of Maine. Knox County, 15,076 votes for Kamala Harris. Donald Trump got 10,262, so just shy of a 5,000 vote win for Harris over Trump, about 4,900 or so votes. Margin of victory for Harris over Trump in Knox County. So we'll say about 4,900 votes. In 2020, Knox County voted 15,110 votes for Biden to 9,982 for Trump. Rounding up to 10,000 would be a little about 5,200 vote win for Biden over Trump. So Trump was actually able to net a loss of Democratic votes in this area by about 200 or so votes from 2020 to 2024. Now we're going to look at Waldo County, number 11 in the state, 40,620 people. And this is when I have to insert the joke as I'm looking for Waldo County. Okay, where's Waldo? Okay, that was very easy to find. Waldo County, 50% for Kamala Harris, 47% for Donald Trump, 12,661 votes for Harris, 11,815 for Donald Trump. About a win of a little over 800 votes for Harris over Trump in Waldo County. Waldo in 2020 ended up being 12,354 for Joe Biden, 11,196 for Donald Trump, about a 1,200 or 1,100 to 1,200 vote win for Biden over Trump. So Trump, once again, picked up a few hundred votes out of Waldo County in 2024 compared to 2010, or for 2020, excuse me. So that was Waldo County, very easy to find. Saginaw County, this is going to be 37,513 votes. Number 12, let's see, Saginaw County, I believe it's got to be over here then. Let's see, no, it is not. I have found every county. I will find this county as well. That's Hancock, that's Waldo, Lincoln, Knox. Here it is. Saginaw County, Kamala Harris 57%, Donald Trump 41%. This is 13,982 to 9,917. About a 4,000 vote win for Kamala Harris over Donald Trump in Saginaw County. So 4,000 votes in 2024. In 2020, ended up being a 13,528 votes for Biden to 9,755 for Trump. So to get there, it'd be about 800. That'd be about 4,800 vote win for Biden over Trump, about 4,800 votes. Whereas again, in 2024, this would be about a 4,000 vote lead. So Trump was able to cut down the Democrats' margin of victory in Saginaw County by about 700 to 800 votes out of this area. So that's very, very good news for Trump and Republicans going forward in Maine. Now we're looking at number 13, Lincoln County. We're into the last four counties in Maine. Lincoln County, 36,507. We're going to take a look now. Lincoln County, I swear. I feel like I keep seeing them, and then I lose them as I go into it. Here we go. Lincoln County, 13,110 for Harris, 10,409 for Trump. About 2,700 vote win for Harris over Trump in 2024. So 2,700 votes. In 2020, Lincoln County voted for Joe Biden over Donald Trump, 12,684 to Trump's 10,256. This is about a 2,400 vote win. So 2,400 vote win in 2020. 2024, again, I said was about a 2,700 vote win. So the Democrats, Kamala Harris, actually gained 300 votes going from 2020 to 2024. So that's actually potentially a rare improvement, I think, if that's correct. Right? The margin of victory, 13,982. I'm looking at Saginaw County again. That would be about 13,000. Yeah, about 2,600 votes there, an improvement there. So that's very fascinating. That's Lincoln County. We're going to look now at Washington, Franklin, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce the last one until we get to it. Let's see now. Washington County and Franklin County. Okay, Washington County, 61%, 37%, 11,003 votes to Kamala Harris's 6,763, about a 3,300 vote win for Trump out of Washington County. In 2020, Washington County was a 10,194 to 6,761, about 400 votes added there. That would be about a 3,400 vote win in 2020. So from 3,400 votes to about 3,300 votes. So not much of a difference in Washington County between 2020 and 2024. Now we're going to look at Franklin County, coming up in the last two counties. Franklin County voted 9,459 for Donald Trump, Kamala Harris 7,990. That's going to be about a 1,600 vote win for Trump over Harris in this area, about 1,600 votes. In 2020, Franklin County voted for Donald Trump over Joe Biden by just about 700 votes, 50.3% to 46.4%. So definitely an improvement for Trump in 2024 compared to his 2020 numbers. Again, about 700 votes in 2020, and then Franklin County was about 1,700 votes, looking like in 2024. So certainly a very, very fascinating situation in Franklin County. And now the final county, Piscataqui, I believe it's pronounced. I definitely got that one wrong, so again, bear with me on this, but Trump won here 6,487 to Harris's 3,510, 64% to 34%. a margin of victory of about 2,900 votes for Trump over Harris in this area, about 2,900 votes. In 2020, it went 6,143 to Biden's 3,517. That's going to be about 2,600 votes. So Trump netting about 100 votes out of this county from 2020 to 2024. So that's now all the counties in Maine where all the updated vote totals are from 2020 compared to 2024. Now to the fun part of the video, where Kamala Harris got 52% statewide, Donald Trump got 45% statewide. Now, what I'm going to do is look on my YouTube channel, in my playlist, where all the 2024 deep dives can be found, looking at the state of Maine. I had Kamala Harris getting 52.8%, Donald Trump getting 44.5%, a margin of victory of 8.3%. And when you look back at the actual totals, where Kamala Harris defeated Donald Trump in the state of Maine by about 7% or so, my margin of victory was off by about 1%. Specifically, my margin of victory was off on Donald Trump's end, where I had him getting 44.5%, when in actuality, Trump was able to get about 45%. So it was off about 0.5% on Trump's end and about 0.5% on Harris's end. So that 8.3% margin of victory should actually be about 7 to 7.3% margin of victory. I'm interested. Yes, here it is. Maine's small town election map shows Harris getting 52.4, Trump getting 45.5. So I can actually give the specifics. Harris, I was off by 0.4%. Trump, I was off by about 1%. So not too bad. Not too bad when things come down to it. I'll get the numbers. I want to get as transparent as possible. The correct margin of victory between Harris versus Trump, 52.4 minus 45.5, was 6.9%. And I had in the video 8.3%. So it seemed like I narrowly underestimated Donald Trump by about 1 point in the state of Maine, and I overestimated Kamala Harris by about 0.4% in the state of Maine. Honestly, not too bad. Only off by about, what's that? Let's see here, 7.9, about 1.4% I was off by in the state of Maine. But I did correctly predict the state would go for Kamala Harris, and she would win 3 out of the 4 electoral votes. Donald Trump would win the 2nd district. So in terms of states, how I predicted compared to the actual results, pretty good start out of the state of Maine, only off by 1.4%. I will certainly take that. And while I'm here also, you can check out all these videos in my playlist for the 2024 Presidential Deep Dive Series. It'd be fun to take a look back, see how I did, see how close I got, what I got right, what I missed, and things of that nature. If you also want to look at, I did do some breakdowns as well of the potential ranges for each party, where I did have Trump getting between 36.6 and 47.7, so that was correct on the Republican side, and Harris on the Democratic side with a wide range between 37 and 65, and that was correct on that side as well. So I highly encourage you to check this out, and at the same time subscribe to my channel if you want to watch more of these videos like this one. Hopefully it'll be a very interesting series for you to watch. So with that, that is the results out of the 2024 state of Maine. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of the 2024 presidential election results for the state of Maine. If you did, I'd really appreciate you leaving a comment on the video, telling me what you liked about it and things I could potentially improve on. Leaving a like on the video, I'd also really appreciate, and how some ways I may be able to potentially improve this series. In the meantime, that'll do it for today's breakdown video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the future video. That will do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to give it a like. And if you really liked it, please remember to click the subscribe button. And make sure you turn post notifications on so you always get notified when I post a new video. That way you never miss one. Also, please remember to share this video with your friends and family if you really like the video. And remember to stay tuned because I'll be posting at least one video every single day leading up until Election Day. So I'd really appreciate it if you keep coming back and watching those videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video.